Today we're going to take a look at the second day of exponents. So the first thing I ask you to do here is simplify. So we know we can square both these inside. So we have 4/9. And let's see, we have two bases of x. So we'd have x to the 6th, y, and z squared. So the next thing we're going to take a look at is we're going to look at these fractional exponents. Now some of you might remember from last year, this bottom number, that's your root. So this can be written as the nth root of a to the m. The 2, the second root, which we commonly see as the square root of a to the 1st. This one, the third root of a squared, and the square root of a to the 5th. Now, you know the square roots pretty easily. You could say the square root of 4, the square root of 9, the square root of 16. But you should also know some of the cube roots. For example, the cubed root of 8, the cubed root of 27, the cubed root of 64. So when you're looking at this, you're thinking some number cubed gives you 8, so it's got to be equal to 2. Because we know it's some value, to get rid of that you cube each side. So what number cubed gives you 8? So this would be the cubed root of 8 would equal 2. Well, how do you figure out the cubed root of 27? Well, the cubed root of 27, what is that equal to? Well, you cube each side. So what number cubed gives you 27? Well, that would be 3. So the cubed root of 27 equals 3. And there's a couple other ones that you should know, but we'll kind of take a look at those as we go through the notes. So if you needed to write this as a power, the cubed root, it's not to the power of 3, it's x to the 1/3. Well, this would be 1 over x to the 1/2, or if you didn't want a fraction, you could write it x to the negative 1/2. So this one you have to remember to put parentheses around the whole thing, 4x to the 5th to the 1/2. And then you could distribute this, so 4 to the 1/2, x to the 5/2. And we know 4 to the 1/2 is square root, so that's 2x to the 5/2. So if you need to write as radical, remember this bottom number, that's your index number. So it's the 5th root, oops, and it looks like x